Well, hello YouTube. So this is my tank, my 600 ADX made by Priority. So I'll go over what I put on it, all the little stuff, and my review of it. Overall, the bike is outstanding. I mean, it's basically bulletproof. If you're 30 miles out in the middle of nowhere, you can depend upon this bike. There's nothing I don't like about it except it's not a road bike. It's just, I said that a million times in my RagBrive videos, but you know, it is what it is. So let's start, let me see. Let's start with the bars. So these are Jones bars. It's a Jones H bar, and I really like them. So I'll just show you part of what's so great about these. So part of what's great about them is how many places I can grab. So I get kind of numb hands. So there's a ton of places I can grab. You can grab it on the outside. I like these ergon grips. Grab it there. I like to just kind of let my hand lie over the brake. This is just a foam pad wrapped in a tape, and I just kind of like to put my palm here. I can grab it up here, and if I'm really trying to tuck in, I'll grab it here. These are called SG Labs, and they're super nice to kind of, you know, they're not aero bars, but they're good for tucking in. This is a Jones bar bag, very nice, and I can still grab on to the grips here. You know, some people grab here, but I've kind of used up this part of the bar with other stuff. I've got my little bar bell. I've got a Miracle mirror. Now, the Miracle mirror is probably the most used mirror that I saw on other bikes on the RagBrive. This is a Garmin light, and this is a Peak Design iPhone holder. Fantastic. I'm shooting this with my iPhone, so but man, it will not come off. You can pick the bike up from it. Fantastic. This is a just plain old Insta360 selfie stick. I mean, and it's just mounted, which I'll just show you in a bit, into a handlebar back bracket. So let's see. This goes to the Insta360. It's an automatic switch. So yeah, you could go up here and take your arm off the bar, but it's just easier to just click that. So I just click it on, click it off, click it on, click it off. So it's real easy to be driving along and just click it. So that worked great. This is the gear shifter, and see, I can go from 12 to 1 even while it's still. So I love the entire pinion belt drive thing, and I'll go over that in a bit. Just a Bevo. These are REI feed bags. This was my main kind of like coffee holder. It's insulated. You just flip it up, take a drink, put it back. Garmin, and this does pop off. It's got a little Garmin holder which goes onto the top of the stem. I've got this into a Ritchie adjustable, if you can see that, just stem here. So that works really good. I can lower this up and lower it down. I've got kind of long legs, so it's up at a level that makes it pretty much even with the seat height. So I put this back. Let me see. So this is an Ortle bag, and in this bag I've got two basic things. One is my big brick. Now this is an anchor, and it's got a lot of ways to show you the charge, what the current is. It's got two different ways to charge. You got this one and this one, so you can charge two things at once. But the great thing about this one is it's got a lanyard that will pull out, So what I would do would be I could power up the 360, I could power up the phone, I could recharge the remote switch, I could even power up the Garmin. So it's a fantastic way to power things up while you ride, and when you're done, just goes back in. Secondly, I would carry extra batteries for the 360, and this is a really nice case. It'll store two, and it tells you exactly how much charge is in each battery. Fantastic. When I first saw that, I thought, that's amazing. It's great. So I do carry that in here. I found that it's better, rather than trying to charge the 360 up while I'm running. It's better to just put a new battery in it, and then charge this up by using this this little guy. So that just goes into the USB-C port, and then that'll charge while I ride. So a closer look at the 360. So the 360 comes so it can be mounted like this, but I bought this little bracket so it can lay on its side. When it's like this in the vertical, boy, that's a lot of vibration. So it tends to vibrate less when it's laying on its side. This I bought from Insta360, and I'll leave links below to all of this. The great thing about just doing a stick here is that you can pick up the height of it to whatever you want. So it's mounted to just a cheapy nothing handlebar bracket, and I just wrapped the Insta360 selfie stick with a piece of rubber. I held that on with a little twist knob, and I'll leave links for this below too. I do have the Ortle front bag bracket here, but I didn't use that on the Ragbri. Let's see what else. The tires are Vittoria Mescal 29 by 2.35. You know, they're great tires, fantastic. I would never take them on a 400-mile road trip again. Just the wrong thing. I've got the Revelate, basically a little tool bag, doozer. So I'll just show you what's in that little tool bag. So inside that is just a few spare little bolts and nuts. This is a spare brake pad, a little bit of grease, three of these longer tools. Yes, I've got like a Crank Brothers Multitool, but these are just nicer to use sometimes. A little disc brake, and a couple tubes of super glue. So here I keep a Leatherman multi-tool, and man, it has a lot of tools. So I usually keep that there. Never had a problem with it coming out. And underneath there, I've got a Crank Brothers multi-tool right down there. On the other feed bag, all I keep is my little temperature gauge. So this is a Green Guru bag, which comes from the Priority people, and I'll show you what I had in that for the Ragbri. So first and foremost, I carry a spare carbon belt drive. You probably won't find these at any bike shop. A couple of just spare spokes, a few zip ties. This is just a tubeless tire tool to just use with the bacon strips. These are fancier forms of plugs for the just tubeless tires. Tubeless wrench, a little bit of thread lock, a little bit of just silicone oil, electrical tape, just a patch for tires on the inside, spare tubeless, CO2. I like to carry a little bit of this. It doesn't weigh a thing. and it's like a stretchy tape for if I get hurt. Fantique. It's a real nice electric pump, and usually I wouldn't bring it, but for the RAGBRAI, it's just nice to have an electric pump and not be sitting on the side of the road. A spare bit of stands. So I have this set up with what's called a old man mountain axle pack. So on this, it just gives you places to attach an extra water bottle, any kind of front bag. Now you do have to buy the what's called Roberts axle project axle. It's got a little nubbins that this just fits onto. So yeah, it does take a new axle to do that, but that works great. I've got the same thing going on in the back. I'll show you that. So just same thing. This has a different secondary market axle hooked up to the old man mountain rack. This thing is bulletproof. You'll never bust one of these, and it does bolt right into the frame. In the back, I do have what I think it's called Varia. It's a radar and rear light in one. It will send a signal up to either the Garmin or my iPhone, and it works amazing. And then here's the heart of this bike, the belt drive. Fantastic. No grease, no lubing. It doesn't care about dirt. It works great. Love it. I don't think I'd buy another bike that's got a conventional derailleur. It's just too much work for me, at least. These are just Trek flat pedals. I don't wear any kind of clip-on. Up higher, I do have the red shift suspension post, and it works great. I've got kind of long thighs, so as it goes back, it gives me about another inch, so that my knee is directly over the pedal when it's at 3 o'clock. SMP Sella TRK or SMP TRK. It's a good saddle. I've probably tried 10 saddles. Maybe I should do a video on all the saddles I've tried. A couple of them I've sent back, but it works good. It's got a very large cutout. I like that it's got kind of a cutout here too. I don't really get numb nether regions, but I don't want to star it either. It's got a pretty good amount of padding. So, and it was only like, I think, $70. So I'll put a link down to this below. So the back tire, as I said in my video, riding along, sweet as can be, flat pavement, and I hear a bang, and it was so loud it hurt my ears. Sealant went everywhere, all up and down my leg. It's like, what was that? So it's like, how does that happen on a dry road? That was probably the street cleaner came by just probably the entire RAGBRAI gets cleaned, but I don't know. So I'll show you what it was. So if you look right down here where that line is, see that little, I don't know if I can even get that close, a little tiny hole there. So my theory is that I didn't notice that the tire was getting flat, was losing air pressure, and it lost enough air pressure that it came off the rim. So what I'm going to do to try to fix that is to add what's called Tannis Armor inside liners. I'll make a video on how to do that. It's always rough. I'm not a great tire changer, but the Air Force guys came by and put a tube in this. So I was reticent to go further with it because the tube, the Air Force guy said it's kind of small and it might be too much of a stretch for it. but it seems to work okay. So I got to take off the tire. I got to change everything. I don't know if the puncture there is even patchable. So that might require buying a brand new tire. I'm going to take it to the bike dude and see what he thinks. Generally, if it's in the sidewall, they say you can't patch it. So it's probably not looking good. But that was like a pretty new tire. What I have then is the Tannis. I'll show you that. So that's what I bought, and we'll try to throw those in. Fun. That'll be a fun 2 or 3 hours. So that's my review of the Priority 600 ADX. Beautiful bike. Love it. It will work out a lot better if I stick on dirt with it. So thanks for watching. Bye-bye.